The Farmland Health Checkup offers farmers a unique opportunity to improve soil health and water quality. More than 1,000 farmers have paired up with certified crop advisors and professional agrologists to complete the checkup since 2015. Together, they assess on-farm risks in 10 different challenge areas. Farmers in the Lake Erie and Lake St. Clair watersheds, like Matt Howe, see the benefit for their operations. Howe joined forces with CCA Mike Venema to address environmental stewardship and enhance the sustainability of his Chatham, Ontario farm.
I worked with Mike, and the Farmland Health Checkup only took a couple hours, but it gave us an in-depth review of what's happening on my farm right now, and we identified some strengths and some weaknesses. My farm in particular, I have problems with wind erosion, soil erosion, compaction. So going forward, it gives us an opportunity to try to make those things better with some best management practices.
Venema says working through the Farmland Health Checkup helps farmers and CCAs build stronger working relationships. The process identifies management challenges, but also opportunities to improve the farm environment.
Before we get started with a Farmland Health Checkup, we need to gather some information. A completed environmental farm plan is a good step. We need to have soil tests, crop history on the 3 fields, and soil tests, preferably a current one and an older one to compare to. Once we put the information in the Farmland Health Checkup, it will assess those fields and rate your fields whether they're good, fair, or poor. When we find a fair or a poor rating, I'll make recommendations on best management practices so that we can improve those fields so they perform more like the good field.
The checkup identified that cover crops would reduce soil and wind erosion on Howe's farm. With help from Venema, Howe also accessed cost-share funding from the Lake Erie Agriculture Demonstrating Sustainability Program, LEADS, to help establish the needed cover crops.
We found a good opportunity through the LEADS program to get some funding to make a cover crop seeder. So we went with that, and the reason we went with this was we're trying to put cover crops into taller corn, so we needed something special that you just can't buy anywhere. So with the funding, we've acquired we have a high clearance sprayer that we've turned into a cover crop seeder, and that way we can blow our cover crops directly into standing corn, and it gives them more time to establish, and that way by fall we have a good stand of cover crop.
Farmers that I've worked with, like Matt, are trying new things and using new techniques, such as interseeding cover crops, split applying their nutrients, or using strip till. And a lot of these ideas have come to light through the Farmland Health Checkup, where we've identified the need and also been able to find some funding. Lots of people have great ideas and they all want to test them out or try them. The Farmland Health Checkup will help put some of these ideas into action.
Venema and Howe believe the Farmland Health Checkup and LEADS will have a positive impact on Lake Erie and Lake St. Clair watersheds. Hundreds of farmers have implemented projects to improve their soil health, protect water resources, and manage nutrients within the watershed.
By doing the Farmland Health Checkup, we definitely identified some areas where we could improve. So we've obviously started by implementing our cover crops into our rotation in our growing crops, and we're hoping to reduce runoff, try to reduce some phosphorus runoff, and at the end of the day we're just trying to keep our soil health good enough that we can continue to grow a good crop and for the future generation.
Visit oscia.org for a list of CCAs and professional agrologists who are eligible to conduct the Farmland Health Checkup. The checkup was developed by the Soils team at the Ontario Ministry of Agriculture, Food and Rural Affairs. It is funded in part by the Canadian Agricultural Partnership, a federal, provincial, territorial initiative.